PLARIUM is coming after our most used blessings. Crap. Hey guys, welcome to the video. It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. We got some news for you. I actually just finished recording a different video where I farmed like 10k of energy on Sand Devil's Necropolis, and then I'm going to go through and ascend artifacts with you, walk you through my strategy, what I look for, etc., etc. I don't know if that video is going to suck or if it's going to be good, but either way, I'll postpone that to either later on tonight or tomorrow morning because we got some news here. We knew they were coming after our blessings. We knew that we were going to receive a nerf and some buffs as well. A nerf to the strongest blessings, which was a big bummer, but now we know exactly what they are, and we know that they're coming in the next update, which is right around the corner. Coming in the next update, the release is right around the corner. So let's take a look at these changes. They go on, I'm not going to read this all verbatim to you guys, but they go on to say that there was a no-brainer blessings, what do they call them? Yeah. They're adjusting 11 blessings. Brimstone and Phantom Touch, the two most used blessings, the most beneficial blessings in PvE for every player in the world, are no-brainer choices to nerf because they provide so much value even on Awakening level 1. They were never intended to limit the variety of other blessings like that. After the rebalance, both these blessings retain their value, but develop more smoothly, aka slowly, through the Awakened levels. So this is a big bummer, man. I mean, we get 9 buffs, but really it's like somebody handing you 2 nickels and taking $1 away from you and be like, well, you got 2 nickels. Now, you know what? You got 9 pennies. I only took $2. You got 9, because the buffs are not super compelling, but some of them are good. Some of them are good. I don't want to be too unfair here. The big bummer, I'm just going to give my opinion out the gate here. The big bummer is that, let's face it, Phantom Touch and Brimstone, Smite, were such game changers in terms of Hydra clan boss, in terms of regular clan boss, in terms of, frankly, every boss in the game, just dealing that extra damage, help people get those chests, help people secure valuable resources like Sacred Shards, Void Shards, Legendary Skill Tomes, Epic Skill Tomes, you know, the stuff that's not available anywhere else in the game, right? It helped us out in those regards. So what are the nerfs? The good news is the nerfs are not that bad. You know, I hate to be positive in such bad news, but it could have been worse. Is that okay? Glass half full? Anyway, here's the old Smite, or the old Brimstone. Here's the new Brimstone. Basically, 2 changes, right? I could reread everything, but it's going to be the same except for 2 things. Number 1 is the chance of placing the Smite has gone down. So it used to be 20, 40, 70, 100. I'll read those in case you can't see the numbers. Now it's 15, 30, 60, 100, okay? That's how it scales from 1, 3, 5, and 6 in terms of the levels, right? Now, there's also another change, right? It used to say it cannot be removed, blocked, resisted, or transferred. Now it says the Smite debuff will be protected and guaranteed. That's very clever. That's very clever because it's not super apparent what that means, what that different language means. But if you reread it and think about it for a second, you think, oh, it can be blocked now, meaning that if there's blocked debuffs on the target, they will not get the Smite anymore. So kind of a nerf, well, not kind of, a nerf there as well. So I still think it's going to be one of the best blessings out there, honestly. I do want to go right to Phantom Touch because I know that's what a lot of you guys came here to see. Brimstone and Phantom Touch has a chance of inflicting bonus damage. Well, you guys can take out the, you can look at the difference again, but primarily here, the only thing different still based on their attack is how it scales again. So it used to be 20, 40, 100, and 35% chance to inflict a second instance of bonus damage on 6-star. Now it's going to be 15 to inflict bonus damage, 30% instead of 40 to inflict bonus damage, 75 instead of 100 at 5 stars, and 100 instead at 6 stars with the 35% chance of inflicting a second bonus damage. Again here, guys, I want to be real with you. It's significant over longer battles. I think you'll notice a damage differential, especially on like Hydra clan boss, those longer battles, because that's going to give more time for these percentages to really make an impact on the overall damage of the fight. However, I don't think it's that bad. I still think Phantom Touch is going to be a great blessing even after this. So while I'm really bummed out that they changed the 2 most used blessings, I'm going to say that personally, I can only speak for myself here, I'm not going to be going back, I don't think. I reserve the right to change my mind, right? But unless I'm missing something here, I won't really be going back and changing my masteries on all the champions that I have Brimstone on. yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. So let's take a look at these buffs really quickly here, guys. As I mentioned, most of these buffs are simply not reworks, but simply changing the percentages on these abilities. So again, Chainbreaker, now we have, it's going to scale differently. Instead of being 5, 10, 10, 15, 25, it's 10, 15, 20, and the turn meter also changes, right? So let's look at like a 5-star, for example. 20% chance of filling this champion's turn meter by 20% when hit. It used to be a 10% of filling the champion's turn meter by 10% when hit. So a substantial buff there, doubling the chances, and it goes up to a 40% chance to turn meter by 20% as well. I have to say, Chainbreaker is now pretty solid. It's a pretty solid buff there. Hey guys, you know what? There's also a change to another one, Temporal Changes. I want to read this one here, right? This one I found very interesting. So decrease, this is a nerf to temporal chains in my opinion. Decrease enemies' speed for each active buff they are under. Now, decrease each enemy's speed for each active buff they are under except for the buffs placed at the start of the round. I hate that. Because one of the best things, and I didn't talk about this enough on the channel, I was really actually going to talk about this a little bit more, because one of the strongest blessings in the entire game was Temporal Chains at full 6-star. Granted, how many people have full 6-star champions? Not that many anyway, but if you did and you didn't know what to pick out, Temporal Chains for the arena was amazing, because it used to instantly decrease the turn meter of all enemies by 15% whenever an enemy received a third active buff. Now, the beginning buffs, aka Stone Skin, Bolster Set, Necret the Great's buffs that he puts on before the round, all of that stuff isn't going to count anymore, so that sucks. So there you go. Some more good news for you guys, no big deal. All right, Dark Resolve, it's going to be changing the percentages again here. Yeah, it just ends at 25 now with no cooldown instead of 20, 15, 10, 5 stays the same. That's the same, okay. Incinerate, this is the one that increased the damage of HP burns debuff placed in the arena. Now, the buff is cool, but still, burns and poisons in the arena, does that even matter at all? Increased damage from HP burn debuffs by 100% instead of 50%, so doubling the increased damage. And decreases enemy turn meter when they receive damage from HP burn debuffs. It used to destroy enemies' max HP. Now it decreases their turn meter when they receive damage. I don't know by how much. It does not say that anywhere, but that's interesting. Decrease turn meter when they get damage. Huh, okay. Indomitable Spirit, we have, again, the same thing whenever an enemy tries to hit this champion. The cooldown has been removed, okay? So it can happen multiple times in one turn now, and that's also going to scale up a little bit. So a chance at blocking stun, sleep, fear in the same turn, definitely going to be helpful. You know, is it enough? You can be the judge of that. Lethal Dose. We have, again, the Arena Poison thing, and it's going to ignore 35% of each target's resistance when placing poison debuffs on enemy champions. It increases the damage enemies receive from poison by 100% instead of 50%. So again, I don't know, guys. I don't think it's going to make poison meta in the arena or anything like that. You guys can tell me if you disagree. Life Harvest destroys a portion of the enemy's max HP whenever they are revived, okay? So now it's also going to reduce their turn meter. It already did that, but it's going to be double again. So destroys enemy max HP by 40% instead of 20. That's going to be double the value there. Scales a little bit less in earlier levels. But at level 3, for example, it fills this champion's turn meter by 10% every time an enemy is revived. It used to be 5%, and it scales up to 40%. Not bad, not bad. Definitely a good buff on that ability. Miracle Heal. Again, we're looking at 100% chance of restoring decreased enemy max decrease 100% chance of destroyed 100% chance to restore destroyed max HP when healing. Restores destroyed max HP equal to 30% of the heal, so doubling the destroyed max HP. Sorry, guys, if only I could speak. Survival Instinct partially fills the champion's turn meter whenever a debuff is placed, spread, or transferred onto them. Going to be the same there. And then the turn meter fill has no turn restrictions. Fills his champion's turn meter by 10%, no turn restrictions at the 6-star, okay? So again, not bad for a buff. And that is it. So we went through all of the changes, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below here. Again, some good news, some bad news. Either way, I'm left disappointed that they touched the two best, the most helpful PvE content blessings in the game that almost everybody benefits from. And B, I'm also happy that they didn't go overboard. I think that they're still going to be really good. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.